Hey everyone, welcome to another session of Yoga in 10 with me, Eliza from Illumi Yoga. Today we are focusing on grounding our energy. So if you feel that you maybe are feeling a little bit overwhelmed at the moment, then a simple exercise like grounding your energy is a really good one just to kind of make you feel a little bit calmer. You can do things like go out for a walk in nature, spend some time just seated on the grass and really connect with being outside. Or if you're lucky enough to live close to a beach, then perhaps go and sit on the beach and really just connect with nature. That's another great way to find some grounding. But for today, we're going to do a quick session on grounding our energy through the practice of yoga. So you won't need any props for today, just your mat and some space and time for yourself. We'll start today standing. Stand with your feet comfortably together. I prefer around about hip width distance apart for myself, but whatever feels comfortable for you. And stand up tall, and perhaps if it's comfortable for you, close your eyes or maybe lower your gaze. And just bring your awareness right here into the space, onto the mat. And take a moment to notice how your breath feels, how your body feels. No need to control anything at this point. And take a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale out by mouth. And continue your natural rhythm of breath in and out through the nose. If you feel unstable or unbalanced with your eyes closed, you always have the option to keep them open. And bring your awareness into your feet. Lift the inner ankle bones of your feet. Notice the lower legs engage. Continue to allow that energy to rise all the way up into the abdomen. Feel it rise up into the chest. Bring the shoulders up towards the ears. Draw them back in space and allow them to flop down. Allow that energy to continue to rise up to the crown of your head. Stand tall. Press your big toes into the mat. Relax the rest of your toes. And feel yourself grounded through all four corners of your feet. Feel free to keep the eyes closed or perhaps blink the eyes open as you raise your arms up overhead. Take a hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to take a side bend to the left. Keep a hold of that wrist. No need to pull or yank the body into any position. Just focus on opening through the right side of the body. With every inhale, find a little lift. With every exhale, maybe side bend a little bit more, no force. Inhale, come back to center. Release the wrist, reach the arms up, stretch up. Take a hold of the opposite wrist, the left wrist this time with the right hand. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, take a side bend. Do your best not to collapse into the right side of the body, into the right waist. So with every inhale, find a lift. With every exhale, side bend. Keep your weight equally distributed across your feet, so notice if you're leaning over to one side more than the other. Inhale, come back to center. Release the wrist, reach the arms up, stretch up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Come to stand at the top of your mat, your feet in the same position, comfortably together and grounded. Deeply bend your knees, sweep the fingertips across the mat, Utkatasana. Sit down low in chair pose. Draw your thumbs back in space. Draw your navel towards the spine. Can you sit down a little bit lower? Keep your gaze on one still spot and notice the grounding in your feet through all four corners. Check in that you feel stable, and if you don't, send your feet wider apart. Take your time to peel the left foot off the mat, hover the left foot just below the thigh, and step back to a high lunge. Reach your arms up. Press the right toes into the mat. Press the left toes into the mat. Maybe visualize roots growing from your toes. going into the mat, fully grounding you. Inhale to reach your arms up. Exhale, open your arms, your hips, your back foot, warrior two. Find your stability in your warrior two feet. Keep a deep bend in your front knee. Really stretch your fingertips away from each other. Your drishti or your gaze is over your front middle finger. Cartwheel your arms down to frame the front foot, lift the back heel, runner's lunge. Plant your hands. Step back to plank. Bend your elbows, bend your knees, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Keep a deep bend in your knees for now. And maybe pedal your feet out for a moment here. If you're feeling a little bit tight in the hamstrings or the back of the body. Really grip down into the fingerprints to take the weight out of the wrists. Bring your feet to stillness. Bend your knees. Look in between your hands. Step forward, left and right. Fold forward. Deeply bend the knees. Sweep the fingertips. Utkatasana. Sit down low in chair. Peel the right foot off the floor. Step back. High lunge. Reach your arms up. Stretch up. Deep bend in the front knee. Press both sets of toes into the mat. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to open your arms. Open your back foot. Warrior two. Ground through your outer back foot. So notice if you're sinking into the inner arch of your foot, really ground through the outer right foot. Keep that deep bend in your front knee. Your left toes are relaxed. Cartwheel the arms down. Lift the right heel. Come to a runner's lunge. Step back to plank. Bend the knees, bend the elbows. Downward facing dog. Keep that deep bend in the knees. Look in between your hands and walk your feet forward about halfway. Bring the feet mat width distance apart, toes out, heels in. Lower the hips down all the way to squat. Now, if a full squat is not accessible to you today, you can take a half squat by resting the elbows on the thighs and lifting the glutes. A little bit more work on the thighs and the legs, but your knees will thank you. So bring the arms to the inside of the thighs and gently lower your prayer down as you allow the arms to gently press the hips open. Notice if you're sinking into the inner arches of your feet once more. Really ground through the outer parts of your feet. Press the thighs against the arms against the thighs. Find length into the crown of your head, just like we did when we were standing. So visualize sitting tall, shoulders away from the ears. Take one deep inhale and long, slow exhale. Bring one hand in front of you, one behind you. Come down to sit. Sit in any comfortable position, as long as you can find length in your spine. If you struggle to sit in this way with length in your spine, feel free to take a seat on maybe a stack of books or a block if you have one, or perhaps even a pillow will do the trick. And come to close your eyes or lower your gaze. Leave your hands wherever they can rest. Bring your awareness into your breath once more. Deep inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. If my counting is too quick or too slow, just breathe at your own pace as you match the length of the inhale to the length of the exhale. With every exhale, notice your sit bones sink into the ground. Perhaps visualize a white beam of light run down your spine and into the earth, grounding you even deeper. A few more rounds of breath just like this. Release control of your breath. Bring your hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra if that is comfortable for you. And as you bow your head towards your hands, take a moment here to notice. Notice if anything has changed for you. I thank you all for joining me on the mat today. Namaste. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this has helped to allow you to feel a little bit more grounded today. Feel free to save the video and come back to it whenever you feel that you need to just bring your energy back down to earth. I will see you soon for another session of Yoga in 10.